Salute to you all. The brave never fall. Self-love through freedom and connection. So feel free to connect to the brave never fall on these social media platforms. If you find anything of value in this following podcast, hit that like button, subscribe and share, and support the brave and bold tribe growing one purposeful soul at a time. How are you feeling? Take a moment to do a self-check-in for yourself. How are you feeling mentally? How are you feeling emotionally? How are you feeling physically? How are you feeling spiritually? Are you feeling balanced? Are you still journeying on an intentional, purposeful path? How are you feeling? Balancing yourself is a healthy daily practice that will reliably keep you in harmony with your entire mind, body, heart, and soul. Clear your mind. Take a moment of silence for yourself right now in the moment. You are here now. How are you feeling? All the passion and energy you need to achieve in life can be found in your purpose and self-love. You don't need anything more than that. David Goggins, who turned me on to a life of purpose and passion and where to really find it, he changed my life when he said, all the passion you will ever need is inside of you. It's right inside of you. And if you can tap into that, you'll get an abundance of energy you never knew you ever had. You'll have an abundance of energy you never knew you ever had. So if you can tap into why you are here and who you are, that's all the passion you need. You don't need anything more than that. And boy, is that a true statement. Because if you can tap into who you are and figure yourself out, not only do you accept with open arms and embrace the fact that you are a unique individual, that you are a unicorn, that you are a person who is unique and extremely valuable to this world. And if you can pull back the curtain of your own life, of your own existence, you'll find stuff about yourself that you never knew were there. And it always will equal a positive outcome for yourself. Because not only are you facing what you might be fearful of, you can turn that fear into energy to do something about it. That passion will overcome that fear. And each day you do that, you'll develop self-discipline, and it will grow. It will grow and grow and grow. And you can live inside of that because it's you. Your existence is your purpose. If you can start with that, you can build all the purpose you need on top of that idea. The passion is already inside of you. Built-in excuses about what you haven't achieved in life is a crutch for people who have accepted failure as normalcy, which makes them a quote-unquote entitled victim. These entitled victims view the world as a place of lost opportunities and unfair struggles, rather than a place with an abundance of opportunities and limitless potential. It's easy to blame others for your problems. Much harder to own up to your own bullshit and get out of life what you put into it. The day will never come when the perfect life will knock at your door and hand you the keys to utopia and a life void of ups and downs. That's your responsibility to create that vision of life for yourself. What are you passionate about? Do you have a true passion for a person, place, or thing? Or are you fooling yourself into believing you want some person, place, or thing? Have you earned the right to ask of others what you know you don't ask of yourself? Do you demand excellence from people, places, or things, but lack excellence for yourself? Where you are now in the moment is your creation, your responsibility, and your life. Others can't create happiness and passion for you. You owe it to yourself to gain it alone. Positive, vital energy is the reward for gaining passion. It will consume you, force you into discipline, and build off of the self-love you have created for yourself, making you a person of peace, power, passion, and purpose. You can only blame yourself for what you don't have. You get out of life what you put into it. Life is about passion and energy, grown from self-love and purpose. Live to love and love to live. Episode 11. Passion and energy. We know when we have broken down bodies, that can lead to a whole host of problems. One of which being excuses. Whenever we have an excuse not to do something, we run for it. We see it in everyday walks of life. People outside, people just visibly look uncomfortable. They are living their lives. Everything seems to be going great. The sun's out. Everything's perfect. In their worlds, they are living a life of bliss, happiness, peace, purpose. But only they know if they're going through the motions or not. As outsiders, we look at these people and we say to ourselves, hey, this person must be content. They're not unhappy. They have pretty much whatever they want out of life. But you can look at them and you can just tell something is missing. Just something is missing out of this person. There's a hollowness to these people. They're just kind of unassuming people. And there's nothing wrong with that. Judging other people about who they are without truly understanding who they are and assuming they even understand who they are is a bad way to go. A better way to look at it would be, what is the story that this person is telling me in the moment? What are they telling me visually without even saying a word, through body language and just you observing them? What are they telling me in the moment about what their story is right now? People are so caught up in drama. We want to look at people's lives as if they're sitcoms. We want to look at their lives as if we have some kind of stake or claim in their lives, both being in their lives or maybe even removing ourselves from their lives. We view it as, I'm doing this for you. When people ask about me jettisoning people or moving on from toxic people, places, or things, I always tell them it has nothing to do with that person. It has nothing to do with that place, and it certainly has nothing to do with that material thing. What it has to do with is me understanding what I want out of my life. Me adding myself to someone's life and me removing it from their life has nothing to do with that particular person, place, or thing. It has everything solely to do with me. And if I can't tap into who I am, we're dealing with a person who is narcissistic, because narcissism is something that people have to deal with every day. We're constantly bombarded by people who want to just push themselves onto other people. And in a sense, they wonder why people start to back away from them, because they don't want to be controlled by your bullshit, especially if you don't have anything to offer these people as a whole. If all you have to offer people is words and visions of things and hopes and dreams, that's all fine. It can come from a positive place. The problem is, where's your passion to do any of that shit? Where is your passion to go out and actually achieve the goal you set for yourself? You have to ask yourself a simple question. Is it a question of you don't have the passion, or is it a question of you don't have the energy, or both? Energy doesn't always mean, hey, I need to go up to the store and grab me a Red Bull or a Monster and turn myself into this focused, caffeine-induced, raging machine. That's not what it means. The energy is, are you living in an orb of positivity? Are you living in an orb of negativity? And are there things you can do for yourself that will push you beyond the boundaries you set for yourself? Are you doing what you know you are capable of doing? Are you living in that? Meaning, are you self-disciplined about what it is you want? We all can set a goal, but if that goal doesn't go anywhere after you achieved it, what was the point of the goal? Is it more important to have a goal that you reach once and then fall off the wagon after you get it? Or is it more important to say, I want this goal, but there's another side to it. I want this goal to be full of self-discipline by the time I get it. Meaning, once I get it, it's a part of my life just like it's a part of my DNA. I want it so bad, this goal, that when I get it, I know it would never be absent from my life again. That's passion. That's purpose. When you can get to a place where you know whatever it is you have in your life, you want to keep it, and you're willing to do whatever it takes to keep it. And that could be a person, a place, or a thing. If you place that value on these things, on these people, on these places, and you say, I want them so bad, what value are you placing on yourself to line up to where you want to be with that person, place, or thing? If you are lacking purpose, that means you haven't done enough research on yourself. You haven't gone out in the field like an archaeologist and dug up the evidence of what you used to be and why it ended up where it was at. And should you keep what you dig up, or should you just allow it to go to dust? Each individual, you have to ask yourself that question for yourself. And you can't just ask the question. You got to follow it up with some action. Anybody can say, I want $1 million. Where's the action behind those words? Are you actually going to go out and make $1 million? Or are you going to run down to the supermarket and grab a lottery ticket and hope you win $1 million? Or are you going to say, instead of spending this dollar on this ticket, I'm going to save this dollar and I'm going to save the next one and the next one, so I can go out and maybe get some education, get that book that I've been wanting that I know I should read, or I should save this for coaching every month, or I should save this for that retreat, that getaway that I needed to go on to kind of self-reflect. You're much more likely to get to that $1 million that way than hoping you get something. Same with relationships. Do you want to hope that somebody stays in love with you? Or do you want them to be excited to see you because you are you and you've done the work on yourself, not because you are you and you have all this potential? Potential can also potentially go nowhere. So we have to view things in a timeline. Passion is about action. If you have all the passion in the world and you do nothing about it, then what are you actually protecting there? Why aren't you doing it? Why is the passion just sitting there and you're saying, there's the goal, I could be working on it, but I'm just not? What excuse do you have for that? And shouldn't you have the answer to that question before you get that person, place, or thing? And say, okay, I'm actively doing the work on this thing, instead of sitting back and saying, I know what the problems are, I'm choosing not to do anything about it. I just hope everyone saves me. I'm too tired. I don't have the energy. I'm broken down. We are human beings. We know the difference between a legitimate excuse, which a legitimate excuse is obviously something that if you had planned something, there was a goal, and then something, someplace or something has taken that away from you, then you are obligated to say, yeah, that was a bit of an excuse. Meaning, like, if you have something you wanted to do with a relationship and that person is not doing their part, you can't say, hey, I'm going to do it anyway with this person, and they're choosing not to actively participate. So that's a little bit of an excuse. However, it's a temporary excuse, because you can do something about that as well. If you're given true, open, honest versions of yourself every single day, and people just aren't understanding and accepting that of you, you have the right to move on. Same if you were at a church or a workplace or a school. You have the right to move on from any friendship, partnership, business relationship that you want. If you're not happy, no one's going to be happy around you. And are you doing yourself any favors by staying in a person? Excuse me, that didn't sound right. If you're staying with a person, in a place, or have something that is draining the damn life out of you, that every day is a roller coaster ride, that every day is drama. The Brave Never Fall, we talk about your goal every day is to be drama free. You want to be happy with people, places, and things. You want to show up for these places. And if you're not wanting to do that, if you have to force yourself to get out of bed to go do all the things you are doing in your day, then that is a problem. And it has a very detrimental result coming down the path, because what happens is when you do that long enough, you're creating bad habits and self-discipline in the wrong direction. You're accepting failure and disappointment and drama in your life willingly by not actively doing something about it. So that's going to all sap and cut away at your passion. One day, one step at a time. Every interaction you have with someone who is toxic is going to take its toll on you. You have to know when to say goodbye. You have to know when to move on, so that you protect the passion and the energy you have in life. You have every right to do that. It's your birthright. If someone isn't making you happy, you know what you want out of life, then why would you continue to sabotage your own passion at the expense of someone else's gratitude? If someone else is saying to you, I need you in my life, and you're saying, I want you in my life, it's a big difference. If some job is draining the life out of you and you know you can do more and you feel undervalued, why would you stay there? You're feeling that way for a reason. You know there's more for you. And if you're passionate about it, odds are if you go out and look for it, you're going to get the value out of everything that you want in life. But That's the key word. Value. How do you value yourself? If you value yourself as high and you're living willingly in a average or low state, what type of a mindset are you in, actually? What's going on there? Do you want a great relationship, but you can't even achieve your own goals? How does that translate into the relationship? If there's something really bad that you want it bad. I mean, you just like, I really want to hit this goal. And you're actively aren't really disciplined about doing it. And there's no passion or energy behind it. How does that not affect other things in your life with that type of a mindset? How do you get through each hour of the day knowing you should be working towards a goal, willingly not doing it, and then hoping when you get inside of the other aspects of your life and people and places and things that you have in your life, and you wonder why things aren't lining up for you? That's because your mind is, no matter how high you want your relationship, you're lacking an area that is low or mediocre. And your brain is like, why don't you just make this easier for us and just raise that up a little higher? So reach your damn goal. So you're as happy with your goal as you are with that person in your life, or that thing, or that job. Level the playing field, level up, and be happy about it. Learn something about yourself. You want to be happy in a relationship, you need to have all the boxes checked for yourself first and stop worrying about what boxes they're checking for you. Their boxes are going to be checked by them, not by you. You have to focus on yourself. There's a moment in each day where you can do something a little better. You have to step out of that ring of being comfortable. And that's very hard to do. It's very hard to do. Making it sound easy is not being realistic. It's hard. But that's why we have rewards in life. That's why when you push and achieve the things that you want, it becomes a lifestyle. It now becomes a self-discipline issue of positivity. An issue of positivity for yourself. That self-discipline now is just another tool in your belt that will get you over anything and allow you to live a life that is much freer than somebody who's tied down and been weighed down by their own insecurities, their own fears of getting after what they want, their procrastinations, their excuses, their projections onto other people, the codependency, the selfishness. These are all things that every individual has to ask themselves daily. Are you going towards that stuff, or are you going away from it? Do you actually practice what you preach? Are you two different ways every single time you're around people? Do you act the exact same way in someone's presence than you do when they're away? Are you just as disciplined at work as you are at home? Do you treat things only great in front of people, and then when you're on your own, you treat things differently? Alignment. It's all about alignment. If you have a great work ethic at work, you should have it the moment you get in your car and you go home as well. It should be the same, because it's not the job and it's not the home. It's you. You are the work ethic, not the job, not the task that you're doing. It's you. So if you're going to have that at work and then you have a different version at home, there's another version. What work ethic do you have on working on yourself? Is it poor? Is it average? Is it high? Which one is it? The answer is in a mirror. The answer is in a mirror. You have to go in front of that mirror, look yourself in the eye, and ask yourself questions. Look at your body. Are you pleased with it? Think about who you are. Look into your own eyes. How's your mind feeling? Do you look like you're a person who has earned the right to ask of other people and you're not doing it for them? Do you feel like your soul is disconnected from your body? Do you feel hollow? people don't want to hear that. People don't want to think about that. People don't want to even contemplate the idea of having to face themselves in the mirror and answer those questions. What's going on in your mind, your heart, your body, and your soul. But it's necessary. To find passion, it is necessary for you to dig inside of yourself and figure out who you are. Again, like an archaeologist, you got to dig up the evidence and present it to yourself. Examine it. Get the dust off. What does that particular piece of yourself say about you? What is it projecting? We can be disillusioned all we want about what type of people we really want to be, but in the end, if there's no action behind it, and you're 3 different versions of yourself, depending on who you're with, where you're at, or what you have, that's a problem. Repetition in anything that we do will have an effect as well. If you're in a good repetition pattern of making sure you're holding yourself accountable for everything you do, and push yourself a little more each day and try to find out more about yourself, you can't really go wrong with that in terms of growth. Good or bad, you're going to find out things about yourself that you didn't know were there, or you're going to get rid of things that you knew were there, but you weren't fighting against. You were allowing it to become an unhealthy pattern and routine in your life. You have to find out that balance of, do you want to continue on the way that you are? Are you really fed up with it, or is it time to make a change? I believe every day you should be making changes, small incremental changes to who you are in a positive way. And try not to get into bad habits. Try not to waste your own time. And that's another important thing. We waste too much of our own time. And no passion can grow from that. No passion can go from you not earning your rest. And some people earn prolonged rest. There's nothing wrong with someone saying, I need to take a month off. I'm doing it currently as we speak. I'm choosing, as a marathon runner, I am choosing not to put the miles on my body right now, because I have earned the right to do that. With having a very physical job where I work outdoors every day, I'm getting the exercise in regardless, because I chose to pick a hard job, so I don't have to worry about going to the gym or exercising. I get enough of it at work. I chose a physical job, and I like physical jobs because they fuel passion. Your mind is forced to work. Your body is forced to work. Your heart is forced to feel. Your soul is forced to maintain a level of purpose in your life. Everything's moving. Nothing gets a day off. Where if I chose a very easy job and I'm sitting behind a desk, there's nothing wrong with doing that. Each person is different. Each person grows in a different way. But if I choose a job that I know really doesn't benefit me in terms of my development, then I'm choosing a version of myself through some medium as far as work goes, or even something that I buy that is taken away from my life, or some person in my life that is taken away from my life. I am choosing that. And there's a lot of power in choosing. It says a lot about you. What are you choosing? Are you happy with what you're choosing? Are you happy with yourself? You have to ask yourself every single day that question. And if you aren't happy with yourself, if there's something you know you should be achieving and you're not doing it, wow, are you doing yourself a disservice? Just think about how you would feel if you actually put all that time and effort not doing something into doing something. All those wasted time sitting on couches and laying in beds and eating and making excuses and not pushing yourself and hoping each day someone else is going to make your life happier. Just think if you just took all that time and focus it on one goal that you are passionate about, but you're just not doing it yet. And it goes back to, if you're not doing it, then you must not really want it. Because you can't fake it. You can't fake passion. You can't fake being a genuine person. You have to actually be it. You can't cut corners on it. You can't say, I'm goal oriented, and you don't achieve goals. Or you achieve goals that are very temporary, and then you have nothing to do afterwards. Where's the lifestyle goals that you are achieving? What are the things that are really going to make you a better person? Anybody can choose a goal that's going to be here and gone one time. Hit it and then never hit it again. The true goal is to get something that is positive in your life, get it, grow from it, and keep tapping into different versions of that promote growth and essentially leveling up. Meaning you want to keep that in your life. You don't want to hit a goal and just say, I did it. You want to hit a goal and say, not only did I do it, I want to keep it. I want to grow this goal. Grow it. You want to not only hit it, you want to keep it and build upon it. There is no end. You can't hit a goal and say, I did it, and then go back to bad habits. That's you sabotaging yourself. You'll end up resenting yourself. You'll end up being a person who does not understand themselves, therefore no one else will. You're going to end up miserable, and you deserve better than that. Because again, it's your birthright to be the best version of yourself, and you have every opportunity to do that. It will never be easy to get there. No goal is easy. None, especially when you're passionate about it, because you have that emotional attachment to this goal where you want to get it done. And if you don't get it done, you will feel like a failure. That's why I tell people, if you're not ready to really reach that goal, and if it's not inside of you, you're going to end up resenting yourself. You're going to end up saying, I'm done. Throw your hands in the air, and you're going to walk away from that goal. You're going to become afraid of it. That's when procrastination comes in, because you don't want to keep failing at this goal. But just ask yourself one simple question. Why are you failing at your goal? Why don't you have passion and energy and self-discipline about what you want, about who you want? You simply cannot ask of life what you're not willing to go and get from it. You can't ask of a person everything and you're not giving them everything. You can't ask of a workplace or a church what you're not giving to that church or that place, that work that you're at, your career. Are you really focused on it? Are you really doing all that it takes to succeed at it? And if you're not, you have to ask yourself, why? What do you really want to do? And what steps are you taking to get there? Being motivated is simply not enough. Being inspired is definitely not enough. Being passionate is a good place to start. To start a journey that has no end. If you're truly passionate and you're not doing it right now, you're failing yourself. You have to be honest about that. If there's a goal that you wanted to achieve and you're not doing it, you're not working actively towards it, incrementally every day, doesn't have to be big, giant victories, small victories every day to get towards that goal, every single day. And no one's saying you have to give up all the things in life that make you happy. Because a true sacrifice, the things that make you happy, when you're passionate about something, it's going to open up all those things for you to be happy within the growth. Meaning you don't have to just be fully complete. You just have to be on the right path. You have to be going in the right direction for yourself. And you have to be willing to say, I'm never going to turn around and go back to that again. I'm going to do whatever it takes to keep this. Because I know I can. I've done it before. I can do it again. Or I haven't done it before. I should have done it before. I'm going to do it now. If all these things came easy, there would be no satisfaction out of getting it. You have to learn to love that struggle of reaching that goal just a little bit. Mainly not really focusing on the struggle. You're struggling to understand the struggle. Like, people don't understand that the struggle will be there. And they can't grasp that. Their mind is like, I'm struggling with the concept of struggle. Because you don't want it. You want it to be easy. And it's not ever going to be easy. It's never going to be easy. It's never going to be that utopia relationship that you're looking for. It's never going to be perfect because you cannot control someone else. So unless that other person is perfect and you are perfect, where does the perfect situation come from? Nothing is perfect. We are all growing. Every day offers up a new pathway because something every day could happen that you weren't expecting at all. That'll change up every dynamic, every definition, every single nuance of your relationship could change in the blink of an eye just because a person says, wait a minute, I think I want a little bit more for myself. And if someone has self-love and self-discipline for themselves and they really choose to go and work on themselves and they really want to succeed in life, they're going to want people around them that are like that. So you can't live on the outskirts of a lifestyle of people and places and things that you want for yourself, but you're not willing to do what it takes for those people to say, yeah, we recognize you as somebody who's one of us, someone who gets after it, someone who is achieving, someone who will not give up, that understands that whatever they get out of life, they get it because they created it, not because someone handed it to them. I view time and love in the same way. When we meet someone new and we fall in love, you have tons of passion and energy. And as things start to settle, the lust goes away. Now you have to just deal with this person and talk to this person. Are you comfortable with yourself to do that? Or you just want them to kind of lead the relationship? And the same goes for your job. It's always fun and exciting when you start it. Then the honeymoon period's over, and now you got to really get to work and prove yourself. And what opportunities do you really have there? And the same goes for the material things that you have. You're always excited about the new thing that you get. Then the excitement goes away. Now you got to deal with whatever you have and maintain it. And do you really want it? Or do you get bored with it? It is not that person, place, or thing's fault that you get bored with them. Because it's not their fault you getting bored with yourself. Having passion and energy is not being bored with yourself. It's about you being excited about being able to grow yourself and explore yourself and to understand and be patient with yourself. The passion comes from self-love and self-control over every situation that you have. You're aware of how important you are. You're aware that time is ticking. That love is not something that you just get to have because it's there, that you have to earn it. You earn it by fully growing into who you are through self-love and living a life of purpose. Because that passion has to be there for your purpose to be there. They go hand in hand. But you can find it right inside yourself. You start doing the work on yourself and you'll know what you want. You'll let go of the people who aren't a good fit for you. You'll let go of the places that aren't a good fit for you. You'll let go of the things that aren't a good fit for you. And you'll open up all different types of avenues for yourself to fulfill your passion through energy. Your energy is going to just push straight through all that passion because you're going to be excited about developing yourself and growing into who you are. And every day leveling up and being happy and smiling and being proud of what you've achieved. Instead of sitting back and saying, I wish I had to just push myself a little further. Your mission is to find some things about yourself, as many as you want, that you are excited about each day. Not the ones that come and go because you get a little bit of a bump of motivation or inspiration here and there. You see a quote that you like, or you talk to some person you like, you see a video that you like, and you kind of get this little bump, spike in motivation and passion. Then it just goes away and it's like, what was that quote I thought about that changed my day and my perspective? That's not how you want to do it. You want this ingrained in you. What are the things you've done over a long period of time, every single day, without even thinking about it, that makes you excited? That's your mission. And wherever that is, focus on it and try to figure out why it's so easily present in your life and you do it so easily. And then some of these things might have even been a goal for you before. You ask yourself that question too. When did this pattern that will not leave my life now, that is part of my lifestyle, when did it pop up? And did I achieve it by focusing on it? Or was it just something inherent in me from birth? What are you excited about? Every single day. You're not every once in a while. Not randomly. Every single day, you do something that you're excited about. Everybody does it. Some people, it's just them going back to bed. But if that's it, ask yourself why that is. Where did you pick up that lifestyle habit? And do you want to keep it? Because sometimes we are excited about things that we should not have in our lives. We're excited about a person, place, or thing that we should jettison. You got to ask yourself why you have it and why you want to continue have it be a recurring theme in your life. So that's your mission. What are you excited about? And what do you plan on doing to either keep it or rid yourself from it? Because if you don't make that decision, eventually that decision will come at you from a person, place, or thing, and you won't have a say so. So take it for yourself. This is your day. You are here now. These are your moments. You own them. You are brave, bold, powerful. You do believe in yourself. You know you have more in the tank. You know the glass is half full. There is still more room for improvement. There is no end. Believe, believe, believe in yourself. You do believe in yourself. You do believe you can do whatever it takes to get the job done. You don't procrastinate. You don't embellish. You don't lie. You're true to yourself. Peace is in your mind. Peace is in your heart. Peace is in your body. It is definitely in your soul. You are greatness. You have purpose. Intentful purpose. You are here for a reason. You are ambitious. You are loving. You are kind, empathetic, compassionate. You are self-love. You have self-control, self-respect. You are joy, peace, freedom, happiness. You are connected to everything in this world and in this universe. And if no one has told you this today, I love you. You deserve to hear that. Salute to you all. The brave never fall. Learn, laugh, and level up.